銀河鉄道39。
Okay, let's finish off chapter 2 of volume 11 of Galaxy Express 39. This has been quite a long chapter. The Kokyoshi Majo no Tategoto, the symphonic poem, The Witch's Harp, or Witch's Lyre. Quite a long chapter. I won't do the quick recap, but Tetsuro and Meitoru have made it to the island where the sound of the witch's harp has come, who apparently would play this music every evening, requesting food and clothing be sent. Anyway, they made it over to the island, dodged the security, and came upon this big hole in which Meitoru said it's an entrance, an iriguchi to the palace, Kyuden. So that's where we pause. So let's finish off this chapter. Okay, this appears, there they are up there. So this appears to be looking down that shaft with something happening. Nanika agate kuru yo. Yeah. Nanika agate kuru yo. Something is coming and rising. So something's coming up. So we see this thing. There's like skulls and bones falling or something. Erebeta desho. Shinpai nai wa. It's an elevator, right? Worry. Don't worry. Worry not existing.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Yes, very funny, Don. An elevator full of bones, apparently. Okay, so the elevator comes up to the top, or back up the top. Kore ni noru no kai? Huh? On this thing riding? Like, we're gonna ride on this thing? Kono gaikotsu darake no elevator ni? This covered with skeletons elevator on that? Gaikotsu. It should be skeletons. Yeah, skeleton. So, or on an elevator covered in with these skeletons. Kono hakko wa totemo furui mono yo. As for these white bones, they're very old things, you know. So, indeed, 200 nen gurai mukashi no ne. Indeed, 200 years about old, you know. So they're about 200 years old, you know. Shinpai shinakote mo daijoubu yo. Even if you don't worry, it's fine. So you don't need to worry. It should be obvious now what's happening here, but we'll see. And now I will also pause and say, if you go back to the very beginning, the first part where we did the entry scroll for this, it had a very apropos statement about what's going on here. It might come in the recap, so I will try to recall that just in case. All right, hold on. The camera doesn't like all the black. There we go. So there they are. We get this nice double page shot descending down into the elevator shaft, riding the elevator of bones. Not really an elevator of bones, it's an elevator full of bones. Let's zoom in and see what's going on here. Elevator's making the noise. Okay, I think this is Meitoru. Yeah, this is Meitoru talking. Hey, jellyfish, good evening. Jou no kyuden wa chika 10 kilo no daiyosai. Okay, as for the Queen's Palace, underground 10 kilometers daiyosai. A big stronghold or fortification. Okay, so as for the Queen's Palace, it's a large stronghold or fortification that is 10 kilometers underground. Donna koukaki ni mo biku tomo shinai wa. Whatever the attack, I guess it's like not being surprised. Biku tomo. Unperturbed. Biku tomo shinai is to be unperturbed, unyielding, no matter what the attack. Even whatever the attack, not being perturbed. Yojin bukai da ne. Okay, Yojin bukai. Care, precaution, deep. So that means wary or watchful. So Yojin is care, precaution. And adding the bukai or fukai, meaning deep, means to be wary or watchful. So it's wary or watchful, isn't it? Okay. Dare datte shinitaku wa nai mono ne. Who is it? As for wanting to die, not existing thing, you know. So this is like who, as for wanting to die, I guess, who exists that wants to die? Or does anyone not exist that wants to die? Something along those lines. Dare datte shinitaku wa nai mono ne. It's a non-existing thing. As for somebody who wants to die. じゃあ、ジョーさんっていうのは、機械人間じゃなくて生身の? Well then, as for the one called the Jo'o-san, the Ms. Queen, a machine human wasn't, and a living body? じゃあ、Jo'o-sanって, does sante mean something else? Yeah, I don't think so. Jo'o-san te no wa. As for the one called Jo'o-san, again, a machine human wasn't, and with a living body. Soyo, that's right, indeed. So we kind of already made to confirm that in the previous dialogue, I think. そういう地位の人でも機械化人になりたくない人もいるのか? Okay, huh. That's sort of a person of position, even so. I think chi no hito means like someone of standing. Yeah, social status. Yeah. So even someone of that sort of social status, machine transformation human becoming not wanting to do person also existing. So basically he's saying like, wow. So even a person of that social standing, meaning a queen, is the type of person who didn't want to become a machine human, a mechanized person. So those types of people also exist. Jo metameraina. Jo metameraina wa kikai ningen o kiraite ita wa. Okay, this must be her name. As for Queen Metameraina. Metamelina. I don't think that's going to be any kind of word. Yeah. Metai. Yeah, okay. As for Queen Metamarina, a Kikai Ninga, as for the queen, machine humans hated, disliked, is like it was said, or she was disliking them. Madame Melania, not quite. Inochi o mote asobu akuma no tesaki. Akuma no tesaki da to ite ne. Okay, yeah, this is, as for the queen, machine humans hating, disliking. She didn't like them. Mote asobu. To play with, to toy with. To do with as one pleases. Doing with as one pleases with life. A devil's tesaki. Devil's fingers. They are saying or said, you know. Okay. Oh, so as to the queen, she would say that they're the devil's fingers, and I guess like playing or toying with life. Akuma no tesaki ka? Fingers of the devil. I guess that could be also like stooges or pawns or subordinates of the devil. So, okay, yeah. So she called the mechanized humans like underlings of the devil that like toyed with life, and she didn't like them. So, anyway, there you go. Shikashi, ここにあるこの骸骨の山はどういう意味? Yeah, minions. However, in this place, these skeletons mountain, as for that, what sort of meaning? So, as for the mountain of skeletons, of these skeletons existing here in this place, what sort of a meaning? What does it mean? Sane, well. Okay, they're arriving here at the bottom level. Okay, so she doesn't quite answer. O soku. This is probably Tetsuro. O soko ga mieta zo. Oh, the bottom is visible. So I can see the bottom. All right. They're landing here. This is a full page. It almost looks like snakeskin. Very interesting pattern on the walls. Okay, they're there. How do they get off of that thing? Oh, it must go. That must be a hole. Tsuita wa arrived. Orimashou. Let's get off. Oriru te mada chu ni uita mama da yo. Okay, well, like descend or get off, you say, still in the air or in space, floating as it is now. So we're still floating in the air. This is great. Okay. So here we go. We get this tall panel. Meitaro is just jumping off. Tetsuro seems alarmed. Koko wa juryoku seibu sarete iru kara tobi orite mo heiki yo. As for this place, seibu. The gravity save being done. So because of that, jumping and getting off, even if you do that, it's heiki, it's calm composure. So you're fine even if you leap off, because I guess something about being saved by gravity. Juryoku seibu. What else can seibu mean? Yeah, it is save. she's implying that being saved by gravity and meaning that gravity must be less down here. But she doesn't seem to explicitly say gravity is less. Anyway, so there we go. Hua. Hua is kind of like light and fluffy, airy. So there's this feeling sense of lightness. Naruhodo. I see now. Un to inu ryoku ga chisaku sareteんだ. Unto is very much pulling strength being small. So very much the pulling strength feels small. Kochi o tetsuro. It's this direction, Tetsuro. Okay, so there's a bunch of tunnels, but she knows the way to go. Kochi o te. This way, you say. Yeah, so you say kochi o. You say it's this way. こんなに入り口がいっぱいあるのになぜそっちだって? These sorts of entrances, many of them existing, even though, why that direction are you saying? So even though there's a lot of entrances down here, why are you saying that's the way? こういうものには一定の法則とか作った人の心理的な癖ってものがあるの。All right. As for to these sorts of things, standard methods and things like that of constructing people's like logic. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to double check some of these things. Hosoku. Let's start there. Laws or rules, okay. And shinari. State of mind. Mentality. Yeah. Okay. And then teki is just psychological or mental. Yeah. And then kusettemo. Oh, kuse, as in like fault or habit or peculiarity. Okay. So, again, as for to these sorts of things, meaning knowing which path to take, oh boy. Even with the, or maybe, she's talking about the peculiarities or the habits of the psychology of people that make the laws, the standard laws or rules, those exist. So there are standard laws and rules that exist for people that have constructed like the mentality of their habit. What's a good way to translate this? Ite no toka. So again, standard rules and laws and things like that. The psychological peculiarity or the psychological habit of people who built stuff that exists. Basically, she's saying like, once you know how someone like this thinks, you kind of know. Hosoku ka? Rules? もしかしてメートルはここに来たことがあるんじゃないのだろうか? So Tetsuro just thinks to himself, perhaps, as for Meitoru, to this place, coming event exists. Isn't it that, I wonder? As for Meitoru, she's been here before, hasn't she? Isn't that it? おわ、 naka wa makurayami da. Wow, as for inside, it's pitch dark. Pitch black and darkness. Nameraka na tsuro dakara kikken wa nai wa. Nameraka. Smooth. Velvety. Because is a smooth passage. As for danger, it doesn't exist. Hontou da. It's true. Biniru mitai ni yarawaka na kabe da yo. So it's true. It's a wall that's soft like vinyl. Vinyl like soft wall. Ikita paipu to kangaete mo ii wa. Even if you think of it as a living pipe, that would be good. So you should think of it as a living pipe. Ikita paipu. Ikita paipu, a living pipe. Akari ga, a light or brightness. Kyudene deru wa, going out to the palace. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. You get this double page. Interesting. There's some sort of, this is presumably the queen. Interesting, she's on like a daze that has like dials and machines and stuff. Okay. Tetsuro's saying something and she is saying something. Kuruna. Kuruna. Buremono. So do not approach, do not come. Buremono, which is like without gratitude people. So you ingrates. Impolite, rude people. Insolent, rude people. Do not approach. Do not come near. Soreijou no sekkin wa shi o maneku zo. We saw these types of words earlier. As for approaching more than that, it's beckoning death, welcoming death. Oroka monomega, you fools. Jo o metameraina. It is Queen Metameraina. So, これが女王 Metameraina. Indeed, that is Queen Metameraina. Ah, mazui yo meiteru. Like, oh, this is no good. Like, this is no good, meiteru. And that, go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Daijoubu. Hora yoku jou o mite goran nasai. It's fine. See, well, looking at the queen, like, please do. Please look well at the queen. Eh? Okay. However you want to pronounce that. Da-dum. Of course. All right. Korea Mirada. As for this, it's Mira. Oh, Mira means mummy. This is a mummy. でも、ジョーは近寄るなって喋ったよ。But as for the queen, like becoming closer, talked. So I guess like she talked when we came closer. Chika. Yeah. Becoming, approaching, talked. 喋ったのは椅子よ. As for the thing that talked, it was the chair, the throne. Isu. So he's looking. Isu? Again, isu, chair, seat, throne. ここで生きているのは機械装置だけ. As for this place, as for the living things, it's only machine equipment. 女王はいつ死んだんだろう? As for the queen, when died, I wonder. I wonder when she died. 多分200年ぐらい前. Probably about 200 years earlier. 貢ぎ物を要求するハープは誰が弾いてるのかな? He's asking who plays the harp. 貢ぎも. Oh, the tribute. And what was yokyu to like require, to request? We already saw this. I'm pretty sure we saw this. Oh, maybe not. Demanding, requesting. As for the harp, doing request or demand of tribute, who's the one playing it, I wonder? これよ, it's this thing. Oh. Okay. Ah, there's the harp. Okay. And you can see we get the wind passing through it. Shoo, shoo. Boron, borororo, borororon. A talking harp. No, the wind's just passing through the strings. Naridashita wa. It. Naridashita. It started to become. No, what is naridasu? Oh, that nari. Began making a sound. Naridashita. Began making a sound. Kisoku tadashiku. I guess. Kisoku means like regulation. Yeah. Okay, so kisoku tadashi means regulated or regular, systematic. Well-regulated, systematic, standard, ite no kangaku o oite. Kangaku is, no, that's not that's kankaku. Space or interval. Yeah, at a, like set at a regular interval, well-regulated and systematic. この星の上空を fuku, 吹く風をここへ導いて、毎日毎日永久に奏でられるハープ。to guide. Okay, so I'll read it forward and backward here. This planet's a double chain of direct objects is really hard to translate. To this place, wind blowing like from the upper atmosphere of this planet, guiding every day, eternally. Kanade. Playing an instrument, right? We saw that already. Kanaderu. So being played harp. So a harp that's being played eternally, every day, by winds or guiding to this place, winds blowing from the upper atmosphere of this planet. There you go. Oh, and then Furyoku harpuka, a wind-powered harp. Where's Winsing? She's probably soaking her toes. Okay. So there we go. We get a shot outside of the harp music playing. And then more dialogue. Meiwaku da yo, hontou ni. It's an annoyance, truly. 死んだら死んだっていうか、ハープを止めるかすりゃいいのにさ。Okay. Like if dead, then the thing being called dead, a harp stopping, that would have been, even though that would have been good. All right, so he's basically saying, like, even though it would have been good if she had stopped the harp when she had died. I guess this is Tetsuro being angry. 人々は女王が死んだって知らないから、ハープが鳴るたびに、作物や食料を収め続けて。As for the people, the queen, being dead, not knowing because of that, harp, the moment it plays, produce and food continuing to offer. So that should all make sense. 自分たちは食べるものも着るものもないくらい. And as for oneself, oh, he's talking about the people. And as for themselves, meaning the people, hitobito, even eating things and wearing things not existing to that extent. So they're doing all this to the extent that even they themselves don't have things to eat or things to wear. Mazushi no ni sesse. That's a lot of sesse. Sesse to 供出していたんだ. What is sesse? Sesse. Mazushi no. What is this supposed to be? Mazushi no ni sesse to. All right. Oh, there it is right there. Diligently, assiduously. So even though poor, again, the people, even though they're poor, diligently, we're doing kyushutsu. Kyoshutsu. Delivery. All right. Delivery. Incessantly doing delivery, even though they were poor. と怒ったら、鼻の穴が開いたのか? Okay. To okotara. If getting angry opened up a hole in the nose, hana no ana. Nostrils opened up. Hana no ana ga. Okay. Koko wa nanda ka totemo namagusai na. Okay. He's saying like, I guess like when I got angry. Yeah. When I got angry, did my nostrils open up? As for this place, somehow it's very stinky. Namagusai would be like ripe, but like in a rotten way. Yeah. Smelling of fish or blood. So suddenly he's smelling something. 女王が残した機械装置とロボットの部下たちは、昔女王が残していった命令だけを守って意味もなく貢ぎ物を取り立てつけた。Okay. As for the subordinate robots and machine equipment left behind by the queen leaving behind machine equipment and robot underlings. As for all of them, a long time ago, the queen leaving behind orders, just those protecting, meaning also not existing, mitsugi. Oh, the tribute. And the tributes continued to take. Yeah. Okay. So as for the robot underlings and machine equipment that the queen left behind, a long time ago, the queen left behind with just the orders that she left behind, they continued to take the tribute, even though it had no meaning, and they continued to protect those orders. Okay. Oh, gosh. What do we have here? Guju. That's kind of like, you can see it's like bubbling and popping. It's just kind of like a sludge. Okay. This must be Tetsuro. 200年分の血と汗の貢ぎ物が。So, ugh. 200 years of parts of blood and sweat of tributes. So 200 nenbun. Yeah, yearly amounts. 200 yearly amounts of tributes of sweat and blood. 200年分の作物や食料が and 200 yearly amounts of produce and food ここで腐ってるよ in this place are rotting. 鉄道気をつけて so 鉄道 be careful. メタンガスが充満してるわ Methane gas is ample or like plentiful. Juman. Sufficient. Yeah. Filled with, teeming with, pregnant with. It's doing that. It's full of methane gas. いずれ引火してこの島は吹き飛ぶわ Basically, if there's a spark, the island will blow up. いずれ At any rate, yeah, catching fire as for this island will blow up, will blow away and fly. So there you go. 女王は自分の心を残してたというわけか。ひどい心だ。As for the queen, one's own heart left behind, is that the reason? It's a horrific heart. Again, kokoro, heart, spirit, mind. So as for the queen, like she left behind her heart or her spirit, is that the reason? It's a horrific, a horrible kokoro. 自分が死んでも心だけはこの世に残して oneself, even if oneself dies, as for just the kokoro, in this world remains. この星を支配したかったのね. This planet controlling wanted to do. So it wanted to control this planet. So remember, I'll go back to it now. At the very beginning, there was the whole comment about that there are things in this world that are remnants of people that wanted to leave something behind to prove that they existed. Oh, okay, and here's the final page. All right, so they're back on the train. They've discovered the horrible secret of the planet. And they're back on the train. And we're on the last page. ひどい心を残して人間を苦しめた女王だったけど Okay. 苦しめた must mean to like make suffer. Yeah, to torment, to harass, to inflict pain. So was a queen that inflicted pain on people, leaving behind a horrible heart. All right, and I guess this is like, was a queen that inflicted pain on people and was a horrible heart of the queen. 自分は機械の体にならなくて死んだところを見ると、機械人間の支配しようと考えていたのかもしれないね。自分の人間の心で。Okay. As for oneself, not wanting to become a machine body. So he's talking about the queen. As for herself, not wanting to become a machine body, at the point of dying, when seeing at the point of her death, machines and machine humans even trying to control, thinking, probably. She was thinking that she probably wanted to control machines and machine humans when seeing the point of like when she was going to die, even though she didn't want to become a machine human or have a machine body. One's own human's heart with that. Okay. 自分の人間の心で with her own like human heart. 自分は機械の殻にならなくて死んだところを見ると。Yeah, that's all right. 機械や機械人間も支配しようと考えてるのかもしれないわ。Yeah. So she was thinking, she was probably thinking that she wanted to control the machine humans and the machines when at the point of seeing her own death and not wanting to become a machine body. And she thought that with her own human heart. 結局、支配できたのは、ここに住んでいた人間の心だけ。In the end, as for the thing or the person that did the controlling, in this place, living human's heart, it was just that. So in the end, the thing that was doing the controlling of this planet was just the kokoro of a human that was living in this place. So again, going back to the beginning, talking about how even when someone dies, their kokoro may stick around, or even the idea of, so even though the body goes away, the kokoro may stick around, and that idea of wanting to leave something behind as proof that they were alive. So there we go. That's our final thought. We get the final scroll here as the train pulls away from this planet. 立ち去った後にも心を残してゆく趣味のある人はたくさんいる。立ち去った。Okay. 心を残してゆく趣味のある人はたくさんいる。Okay, so as for people that have interest in going and leaving behind kokoro, even after departing, many exist. Okay, so yeah. This is like, even after departing, kokoro, leaving behind and going, interest, existing people, many of those exist. So there are many people that exist who have interest in leaving their kokoro behind when they depart. And shumi is just interest. Okay. Hobby, pastime, taste, preference, liking. That's kind of what we want. All right. それは永遠に生きることの不可能な生身の体の人間のせめてもの長いだと。Okay. 車掌さんは言う。Okay. So now the shasho-san, the conductor, is saying this next phrase. As for that eternally living event of impossibility, yeah, no, namami no, a living flesh and blood body, human no semete, at least thing, sort of a wish. Oh no, semete mo I don't think this is semete mono. Semete mo no nagai. Okay. This could be a minimal wish. It's a minimal wish of people, of living flesh and bodies that's impossible. An impossible thing. それは永遠に生きることの不可能な。Oh, this isn't supposed to be modifying this. Okay. He's saying it's impossible. As for that, so I guess technically the Shasho-san is saying all of this. Yeah, Shasho-san is saying all of this. Again, people that want to leave, that have interest in leaving behind their kokoro when they depart, lots of those exist. As for that, people that want to do that, eternally living event is impossible. So, but as for that, it's impossible to live forever, isn't it? Nah. It's the minimal wish of humans, of bodies of flesh and blood. And that the Shasho-san said. The conductor was saying. Okay, so the conductor was saying all this.
Hello there. And
again, semete mono could mean minimal wish. It could also mean it's like the least sort of a wish. Kind of means the same thing, I guess. All right, so there we go. Tetsuro wa, as for Tetsuro, 迷惑な心だけは一緒に持って立ち去るべきだと思った。Okay. As for Tetsuro, an annoying kokoro, just that. As for just an annoying kokoro, together, holding and departing ought to be, he thought. So as for Tetsuro, he thought that you ought to depart holding together just a troublesome heart. I guess what he is saying here is Tetsuro was thinking that you ought to, a person should depart with a troublesome spirit, an annoying kokoro. If it's just a meiwaku na kokoro, then together, holding it and departing, that ought to be. That's what he thought, instead of leaving it behind. Okay, well, there we go. That makes sense. All right, that is the end. That is the end of chapter 2, which was quite long. So next time we will do chapter 3. We'll see what that's about next time.